This is Jamie Hall, lead developer of Dynasty League Baseball Online. Today I'd like to show you one of our newest features, the Season Replay Leagues. I'll show you how it's quick and easy to get your own Season Replay League up and running and get to enjoying the game. I'm going to start here at our website, dynastyleaguebaseball.com, and I'm going to log in with my account. And now I'm going to go to our Leagues page. And on the Leagues page, you have a few different options. You can choose the Greatest Teams Leagues, which are teams from throughout baseball, the best teams in baseball history that are playing in leagues against each other. You can do a private draft league. This is usually a multiplayer league where everyone drafts their own team based on the available players and then plays against each other. Or you can do a season replay league where you replay a historical season as it played out in real life, trying to maybe improve the results of your favorite team or maybe replicate the results of your winning team. So I'm going to choose a season replay league. And I'm going to name my league 2013 Demonstration League, obviously the 2013 season. I'm going to choose Detroit. Detroit had a very good year in 2013. They lost in the sixth game of the ALCS to Boston. David Ortiz grand slam in Game 5 was the backbreaker in that series. So I'm going to hope to do better. I want to get them to the World Series. I'm going to leave all the other settings default, normal disabled list length, normal playoffs for 2013, normal DH, everything. I'm not going to change anything else. So let's get the league fired up. Okay, the league's been created. And now I'm going to go to my team page, my Detroit team page. And you can see the first game of the season there. It's a 3-game series against Minnesota, at Minnesota. Game 1 is April 1st at 7:05 p.m. Before I get to that game, I'm going to look at my replay transactions for the year. These are the replays that Detroit was involved in that are going to alter my roster as the season goes on. So you can see Detroit, they picked up Jose Valverde in the bullpen on April 4th, Jose Veras in the bullpen on July 29th. That was a big move for them. And also 2 big trading deadline deals where they sent Garcia to Chicago and they picked up Iglesias from Boston. Iglesias helped bolster the shortstop position because Peralta was unavailable for the last month of the season. So these are the moves that are going to affect my roster as the season goes along. Good. So let's, before I can play my game, I believe I'm going to go to my league homepage. And yes, there was a game the night before. So the season started on March 31st with a game at Texas at Houston. I need to play that game before I can get to my Detroit game. So let's tell the server to simulate that game. All the games that you play occur online on the Dynasty League baseball server. Even if you're playing by yourself, the game results are created on the server and you connect up to the server to play even for a solo game. So there we go. The game has completed and we can now see our slate of games that are available for April 1st. Let's take a look at that. Let's take a look at the Texas-Houston game first, so we can see the box score. So Texas beat up on Houston pretty good, 6-0. And we can scroll down here. So complete game for Yu Darvish. Really good start for him. 5 hits, no runs, shutout, 15 strikeouts. A very strong game for Yu Darvish to start the season. Not much good on the Texas side. What else do we have here on Houston? We have Adrian Beltre went 2 for 4. Looks like Cruz and Gentry each picked up 2 RBI. So good start to the season for Texas there. Okay, let's move back to my Detroit team. So I'm going to go back to my Detroit team page, and the Detroit-Minnesota game is ready to start. So I'm going to tell the server to start it up, and I will get the option to join the game here in a moment. So the server is getting that game ready for me. There we go. Now I can join the game. And I'm going to use our new Unity client, which runs on Chrome, Firefox, Safari, and Edge web browsers on both Windows and Mac OS. So the game is loading up, and we'll be connecting to the game server momentarily. So there we go. It's connecting to the game server. And okay, so we've got 46 degrees, partly cloudy, not much wind. Not too bad for April. A little cold, but nothing we can't handle. So let's go inside target field. So here is Detroit's roster. It looks like I need to add some pitchers into the bullpen. We're a little bit short. So I'm going to put Phil Koch and Jose Alvarez into the bullpen to get myself some more arms. And that's good. Let's go to the pitcher selection. So here we're selecting the starting pitcher. And normally for a mid 2000s era Detroit team, it would automatically be Justin Verlander. But in 2013, the Tigers also had Max Scherzer. Scherzer had a great year, 21-3, just unbelievable, really. 2.90 ERA. He also has a situational jam rating, meaning that he pitches very well in 2 outs and runner in scoring position situations. So he can get out of a lot of damage with that rating. So I'm going to go with Max Scherzer. Apologies to JV, but Scherzer gets the opening day nod for me. And so now I'm into my lineup selection, and it looks like the computer has selected Kevin Correa to pitch for Minnesota. You can see here he's pretty much the same versus both lefty and righty. I think I can just start a standardized lineup against him. I don't need to load up on one side or the other. And I'm going to have the lineup assistance feature give me a historically accurate lineup, not necessarily based on that day, but it will look at the players that Detroit tended to play and where they tended to put them in the lineup and place them there. So it looks like I've got Austin Jackson leading off in center. V Mart's playing first. Miguel Cabrera is at third. Prince Fielder's my DH. Torrey Hunter in right. Omar Infante at second. Avila catching. Peralta at short. And Andy Dirks in left field. So I think we're ready. And let's play ball. So here we go. It's opening day for Minnesota and Detroit, and we've got Austin Jackson leading off. Now, if you're not familiar with Dynasty League Baseball, uh, the players have player cards, which is what's showing up when I roll over the players, and these are the numbers that indicate what's going to happen on a play roll. So every play roll is initiated with a roll of 3 10-sided dice, generating a number from 0 to 999. And based on that number, we look up a play result on the player cards. Now, if you want to look at a really interesting card, here's Miguel Cabrera from that year. He had an amazing year. You can see the main things to look at. I know there's a lot of information here, but the main things to look at are his batting average and power against lefty and righty, both amazing. A power is obviously the best power rating you can have. He also has the situational clutch rating, which means that he's a clutch hitter in 2-out runner in scoring position situations. So if you need RBI, he's the guy you want up, as if that weren't already obvious to anyone who ever watched Miguel Cabrera play. So I think I'm ready to go here, and I'll play a few innings of Dynasty League Baseball to show you how you would manage your games. So we're going to start off with Austin Jackson, and I'm going to have him. I don't think I want him to bunt. I'm just going to have him swing away. So the roll is a 320, and that's a strikeout for Austin. So Austin goes down swinging to start the season. Now these blue lines up here, these are the chart results in the play-by-play, and you don't have to have those on. I think I'm going to actually turn those off. I'm going to turn the show chart details and play-by-play, show dice rolls. I think I'm going to turn all that off and just leave the play-by-play as just straight play-by-play. You have a lot of options. Sorry if I went through that too quickly. You have a lot of display options here. You can change the speed of everything. You can change exactly what shows up and what doesn't. Just a lot of different display options to customize it the way that you want to play. So I generally like to look at all the chart results and see exactly the detail of what's going on, but some people would rather just see the announcer announce the game. So we got V Mart up against Correa now with 1 out, nobody on, and we've got a 427 that comes out to a ground out. So Martinez is going to ground out to first base. So 2 outs and Cabrera up. You always would rather have people on base for Cabrera, but you're never sad to see Cabrera bat. Let's see what he can do. Oh, Miguel goes down and strikes. So nothing going for me in the first inning. No runs, no hits, no errors, no one left. So now Minnesota's up. They're leading off with Florman. I've obviously got Scherzer on the mound. You can see I've got solid defense in a lot of places. My outfield I've got B-rated defense everywhere. That's pretty good. Obviously A is the best, but B is above average. I've got Torrey Hunter in right field. He's got a good arm. Negative arms in Dynasty League Baseball are good. That means that they bring the base runner's overall rating down when they're involved in a play. So you want negative arms. My infield defense, not quite as good. It looks like I've got some C's. Miguel at third base, not so great at D, but I mean he's never been a defensive player. Victor Martinez had a good glove at first base that year. So at least I've got one offensive or one defensive player in the infield. So you can position your infield. Generally, you leave them in normal position, but you can bring the corners in if you want to play for a bunt or if you're looking to go home on a ground ball, or you can bring your whole infield in. You can only bring the infield in if there's a runner on third, so I'm not going to do that right now. I am just going to pitch. So here's Scherzer dealing to Florman. And it's a 966, which is a fly ball to center field. No problem for Austin Jackson, and we've got one out. So now we're pitching to Arcia. And he hits a line out right to second base, a 0-0-9 roll. So Infante will grab that. And now Joe Mauer. Always difficult to get Joe Mauer out. He didn't have a lot of power that year, but he still hit for a good average. Now this is the umpire chart at 540. So this gets into some of the more esoteric ratings in the game. So we're going to see here it gets into the Avila pitcher handling. So he's pitch framing. He's average at that. So we'll see how it turns up. And it looks like pitcher handling rating worked out for him in that case. When you check pitcher handling, it can be a hit or an out, and in that case, we got an out. So we got a little bit lucky. Avila's pitcher handling rating only mediocre, but we got the out. So I'm going to keep playing here and see if I can't get some runs or some interesting action for you. I've got Prince Fielder up. So Prince with a line out, 0-1-1 roll, line out to second base. No hits so far in our game. I guess everyone's a little rusty. So we'll send Torrey Hunter up. Torrey hits a hard ground ball to shortstop, a 680 roll. No problem for Florman. And now we have Infante. Is he a good bunter? No, he is not a good bunter. We will not bunt with Infante. Good at the hit and run, not at the bunt. And here we go. There's a base hit. 744 roll gives us a base hit to center. So Infante gets us going. Now looking at Minnesota, I do not want to try stealing on these guys. Correa holds runners extremely well, and plus people don't steal well on him. The negative numbers, again, being good. And Joe Mauer actually has a very good arm. So if you look at Infante stole some bases that year. He looks like he stole 5 bases, but his success here would be about 24%. And that's not a play I want to make. So I'm just going to let Avila bat. And so, we've got 234 walk for Avila. He always had a good eye at the plate. So now we've got runners in scoring position. When I forgot to mention this color on Correa, that's his situational on rating. So he's very good at not giving up home runs with runners on base. He stays away from the sweet spot and doesn't give up those multi-run homers. So that's one of his skills, and it's in his situational rating there. So, okay, we got Peralta, 2 on, 2 out. Let's see if Johnny can come through for us. Okay, so we've got an infield range play at 573. So this is going to be based on the defense of Minnesota. So the roll is a hot liner to second. Dozier has a pretty good chance, has a 2/3 chance of making it, but we got a high roll, so it's going to get past him. Big hit there for Peralta through a decent defender, and Infante is going to score. So that's where you see defense coming into play in the game. I mean, obviously with a 94 roll, it didn't matter what his defense was, but the defense can be the make and break between getting that third out or a run scoring. And in that case, the line drive just snuck past Dozier, and it was a base hit for Peralta. So now Andy Dirks, my 9 hitter, 2 on, 2 out. Come on, Andy. Another base hit, a 289 base hit to right. So this is going to be interesting. We've got Parmalee with a -1 arm and right, and Avila doesn't run well, but with 2 outs, I'm going to send him. It's only 38% that it'll be safe, but we got to send him with 2 outs. So we're sending him around. Here comes the throw from Parmalee, and it's an 83. That's not good for me. He is gunned at the plate. He's out. So Avila, the lack of wheels on Avila hurting me there. I couldn't get that second run in. Good throw by the right fielder. Okay, I'll finish up the second inning, and then that'll be the completion of this video. So we've got Justin Morneau. Scherzer pitching to Morneau. That's a 6-12 hard ground out to short. No problem for Peralta. Oh, sorry, hard ground out to second. No problem for Infante. I read the card backwards. Now we've got Parmalee. He was the guy who made that good play, good throw in the last inning. And, another strikeout for Scherzer. Always good to see that. And now Brian Dozier. And a routine fly ball to center field. No problem for Austin Jackson there. He will drift over and get the ball. And there we are. We're through 2 innings. So I've got a 1-0 lead through 2 innings of my first game. With that, I'm going to complete this video. I hope you enjoyed your introduction to Dynasty League Baseball Online replay leagues, and we hope to see you online soon.